Good morning. It is wonderful to see you all here today in front of the iconic downtown flagship Neiman Marcus store. My name is Jennifer Scripps, and I'm honored to be the president and CEO of Downtown Dallas Inc. And we are gathered here as a coalition. It's hard to imagine for any of us, and I know the same is true for you, that this place could be in danger of going away. And just last week, when we abruptly learned this news, we felt like it seemed premature. Losing Neiman Marcus would be more than just a store shutting down. It's the loss of a historic landmark, a pillar of Dallas culture, and a symbol of the vibrancy that makes our city unique. And at first it felt like we were starting to plan a funeral without verifying that the patient didn't have still a glimmer of life left. We were heartened that the announcement that Saks put out made it abundantly clear that they do not want to leave downtown Dallas. The message to Dallas customers were, we are disappointed to be losing a piece of our history due to circumstances beyond our control. And in recent days, we've been trying to unwind this. I myself have gotten a crash course on what land leases are. And while this initially poses a challenge, it has brought all of us together. I want to acknowledge our elected official, Councilman Paul Ridley. Many of the DDI Board of Governors and Board of Directors are here, and many of our neighbors. And Dallas is nothing if not a can-do city. We are known for coming together. We still do big things in Dallas, and we don't let people tear us apart. We know that land use parcels and land leases in downtown are idiosyncratic and quirky, to say the least, and we believe we can find a creative solution to move forward. Today, I am joined by a dedicated and very nimble group of city leaders and real estate partners who share the same passion and commitment as DDI, and as well, they have the know-how and the expertise to come to a path forward to do what Saks made clear they are desirous of, namely to continue to operate this store. Together, we're working to ensure that Neiman Marcus remains in the heart of downtown. Now, it is my honor to introduce a few of the key players in this coalition, and please note there are many more. I'll add that I've worked with each of them on key advancements for our city, and that this is the team to help do what needs to be done. So I'll introduce them and then let them take it away. Kimberly Beiser-Tolbert, the City of Dallas City Manager. Councilman Paul Ridley, representing District 14. Sean Todd, founder and CEO of Todd Interests, a very influential in downtown Dallas's renaissance, and who has invested in more conversions in downtown in our history over the last 2 decades and changed the face of downtown. And Linda McMahon, Chief Executive Officer of the Dallas Economic Development Corporation. I will hand it over to Kimberly Beiser-Tolbert now.
Thank you so very much, Jennifer. Thank you for bringing us together this morning. And I want to say a very special thank you to our council member, Paul Ridley, who stands here with us this morning because of the importance of keeping Neiman Marcus downtown. And thank you to Sean and Linda both for being here. I definitely have a deep passion for downtown, not only as our city manager, but I'm very proud of the thousands of employees who actually work in downtown Dallas. But I am also a downtown Dallas resident. To me, this beautiful store is more than an iconic shopping destination. It is actually one of my favorite places to sneak away to after a long day at City Hall for just some beautiful retail therapy. And to have the opportunity to walk the store and look at all of the wonderful, amazing offerings that this store provides to our community. And during the Christmas holiday season, I'm sure that many of you will join in to say that it's one of your favorite places to stop in and visit. As city manager, I envision Dallas as a recognized global city with a thriving and an inclusive community that definitely sets the standard for excellence. And we know, especially here in downtown, where the population is strong with residents and it's continuing to grow, downtown is an important hub for businesses and workers. And we know that we have countless organizations and companies, law firms, creative industries, and dozens of restaurants all come together that truly make Dallas the city that we are. Almost 4 million visitors are expected to be in downtown in 2026 as we host 9 of the FIFA World Cup games. And many of you know that we're aggressively making strides to redevelop the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center. And once it is finished, it will attract millions of visitors to our city every single year. As the downtown landscape continues to evolve, we know that it's important that we continue to focus on this flagship store. And when it was built more than 110 years ago to replace the original building after a fire, it has become a part of the fabric to what downtown has become today. This Dallas-born brand and this store continues to set a standard for excellence in downtown Dallas. As a premier luxury destination, it has actually helped put Dallas on the international map. And so we believe that it's crucial for Neiman Marcus to remain in this space and continue to serve as a cornerstone of our city's identity and a catalyst for ongoing growth. Now, I happen to be the city manager of Dallas, but I'm not just standing here and proclaiming that this is something that the city can do alone. We are excited that we're able to face this together with so many of the partners that Jennifer spoke about earlier. The Marcus family for generations has given so much to this city. And in that spirit, we are very proud to have some of our finest business leaders once again stepping up to do what is best for Dallas. We realize that unity is our strength. And when Dallas wins, we all win. And so we've made it very clear at the city that we want to continue to collaborate with businesses. We want to continue to do the work at the speed of business. And this commitment holds true, which is why I am here today and so very honored that I can now introduce to all of you City Council Member Paul Ridley to make a few remarks. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you, Kim. I'm honored to be here this morning. I just learned about this press conference a short while ago this morning, but I made a point to be here, and I'd like to do just this, emphasize the comments that have already been made by Jennifer and Kim about the importance of retaining Neiman Marcus to downtown. It is truly an iconic enterprise in downtown that is critical to the vibrancy of the CBD. And I pledge to do whatever I can in my office to retain Neiman Marcus as a presence in downtown Dallas, because it is so important to what we're trying to do in activating downtown. And so I, as a symbol of that pledge, I had already made reservations last week to have lunch today with my staff at the Zodiac Room. So that will be a pleasure for both me and my staff as a symbol of what we can all enjoy by patronizing Neiman Marcus and ensuring that it survives to live another day. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Councilman. I'm Sean Todd with Todd Interest. And what an opportunity for our city to let the nation and the world see how less than 3 days a city responds to opportunity, what some may perceive as a problem. Kim Talbert leads our city. We are a city manager form of government and a city manager leader. Paul Ridley is the distinguished councilman that presides over this district that has a revitalization story unparalleled to many cities in the world. I want to talk a little bit about who owns Neiman Marcus and who runs Neiman Marcus. Richard Baker is the CEO of Hudson Bay Corporation. Hudson Bay Corporation is the oldest corporation in North America, founded in the 1600s. Mr. Baker was born in Greenwich, Connecticut. He was educated at Cornell University. He's an avid chef. He was a culinary star in high school. He's a well-rounded gentleman, he's a real estate mogul, and he's a retail genius. So genius, in fact, that he acquired what started in 1867 Saks Fifth Avenue Corporation. Many of you have been there. In fact, we've all been there. Their flagship store in New York City. Just 7 blocks north of that store, Mr. Baker also acquired Bergdorf Goodman. I like the little store across the street. My wife likes the bigger one on the other side of the street. That store is still producing today and still open today. And Mr. Baker, when he came to Texas a few weeks ago and bought Neiman Marcus through Saks Global, anticipated this store remaining operative at opening, just like the stores have done in New York with Bergdorf's and the stores have done with Saks. Now let me ask you to riddle you this question. Can you imagine the blowback in New York City if Mr. Baker had closed Bergdorf's or closed Saks? I can assure you that whatever that blowback was would be a whisper compared to the response that Texans would have regarding this store and this flagship location. Neiman Marcus was built with Texas money and Texas grit. We all know that Texans are fighters. We won our sovereignty. We became part of a great republic of Texas. Texans are faithful. We're faithful to a fault. We have a very long memory. But the good news for Mr. Baker is that we're all here today to solve a problem. Texans are problem solvers. Just a few days ago, the headlines heralded around the world. This is the New York Post. These were the headlines. In a bizarre twist, Mark Metrick, CEO of Saks, circumstances beyond our control. We received a notice to terminate our occupancy. On and on and on. Surprise after surprise. We're here today, Mr. Baker, to help you solve your problem. Downtown Dallas is riddled with long-term ground leases under buildings. I'll give you 2 quick examples. In the last 2 years, our small team in Dallas renewed a 99-year ground lease with 2 ladies who were actually 90 years old. Shocking. Under the new Sinclair parking garage that the Baptist Church uses every Sunday. Conversely, several years ago, under One Dallas Center, we bought out a ground lease that had dozens of beneficiaries. In fact, I negotiated with Mr. Alan Feld of Aiken Gump Strauss Feld. Boy, did I get an education. What a sterling gentleman and what a great lawyer. We gave him relief by buying him out. Dozens and dozens and dozens of beneficiaries. It's hard to herd all the cats and all the cattle at one point in time. So I don't want to be presumptuous to what's happening under this one city block, under this building, but evidently there are multiple ground lessors, and that's not unusual in any real estate situation. But what appears to be unusual in this one is that all of these ground lessors, for the most part, have gotten together and said, we want to keep Neiman Marcus. Our great Dallas Morning News broke a story today that I haven't had the chance to fully read it, but the story says, who is the landlord behind the dispute over the downtown Neiman Marcus? I don't really like that headline because it somewhat implies that there could be something wrong. We're a private property rights state in Texas, but we also want to do the right thing in Texas. I'm thrilled to read that this landlord has Dallas roots. So my heart and belief is that this landlord will care greatly about our city and care greatly about what's happening. So I want to leave my little conversation with this. Mr. Baker and Mr. Metrick were in Dallas a few days ago. And in this building, they flew back with them a portrait of Stanley Marcus. Well, as the great Mark Twain one time sent a telegram to London, England, the rumors of my death are greatly exaggerated. So we're inviting Mr. Baker and Mr. Metrick to come to Dallas next week and to meet with all of us and to meet with these ground lessors. And I'm asking him to put on his plane that portrait of Mr. Marcus, because I want to put it right here so that it can stand for another 117 years, just like this building has been standing. Thank you for coming out. I want to pass the microphone to a dear friend, Linda McMahon, who's read the Real Estate Council for years in Dallas and now runs the Dallas Economic Development Corp., who's doing phenomenal things for our city. Thank you, Linda.
Thank Thank you. I'm honored to be here today. I've seen firsthand how Dallas comes together. It's vital for us to come together to support and to preserve the history that we have as a city. And that's what makes Dallas special and I think very exceptional. I've also worked closely with all the people here that you've heard from. Obviously, City Manager Tolbert has been breathing new energy into City Hall and supports everything we do to help Neiman's and Saks become successful in the city of Dallas. And you heard Councilmember Ridley pledge his support to do whatever is necessary to keep this store operating. Jennifer and the entire board of the entire board of directors of Downtown Dallas Inc., as well as Sean Todd, who has significant real estate interests in Dallas, see the potential of this store and take Saks at its word that they want to remain and they want to help, then we all want to help them do that. This consortium has the support of the city. It has the support of the real estate and development communities and all local stakeholders, which means the residents who live downtown. And the residents who don't live downtown who come here because of this special relationship they have with this store specifically. No one is here for personal gain, and we're all here to support downtown Dallas. There are so many other partners that love downtown Dallas and love Neiman's, and they want to help, we all want to help clear up this misunderstanding. We fully expect everyone to do this the Dallas way. And that is where we come together, we work collaboratively, and we're all here for the betterment of the city. Neiman Marcus is not just a brand, it's a piece of our city's soul. And I know, as I spent so many years coming to Fortnite, before Dallas was a global city, Stanley Marcus brought the globe to us. And that was always a special occasion. Let's make sure that we contribute this. We want to make sure the city continues to contribute this economic and cultural dynamism of downtown. Let's not lose this flagship because it means so much to our city and to the people that live here because of a land lease negotiation that's gone sideways. Now is the time for collaboration and real action to preserve and invest in this piece of history. Thank you very much, and I'll turn it over to Jennifer.
Thank you so much, City Manager Tolbert, Councilman Ridley, Linda McMahon, and Sean Todd. I know all of us have probably had our phones lighting up all day because everyone has been calling and texting me saying, yes, please, forward on, let's get this done. And I know that these individuals and so many others can help clear the way to keep this store open. Today, a letter is going to be sent to Saks leadership as well as to all property owners asking for a meeting to come together. We are proposing next Tuesday, a week from today, and we are going to work assiduously over the next couple of weeks. We have over a month to get this back on track. I am thrilled that Saks had every intention of keeping our flagship open, and we will see our way through the pesky land lease of downtown Dallas. I want to thank you all again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your lunch, Councilman Ridley. I'm jealous. And if you have any questions, I'm sure some of us will be able to stick around. I know some people have to run. So thank you all again. Take care.
Thank you so much for talking. Sorry. Yeah, that's okay.